every time I use some of the music, yeah. But I don't have to do it alone. I don't like it.
All right. After this, we're gonna get ready to go in. So as soon as the music comes off, we'll go in. Sorry? You can't hear anything?
I'm not hearing music, but not the mic.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
So with all right. So with the way that the microphones are set up and everything, if we're playing like a video and things like that, I can keep the microphone on. But because this is like an audio clip and I have a filter that is happening, anything that you just send is music. So that's why you're not hearing. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, you just send me that. But I don't think I ever talked to it because I know you sent me a couple, but the other ones were really green. That's why I thought you know this. But you send me another like two or four.
Exactly.
No. Go ahead.
Peace, family. What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome back to the RPGM podcast, now known as the Rickey Show. I'm super excited to be here. If you guys have been watching the past few episodes, you've seen a few transitions and name changes. Even my wardrobe changed a little bit. That's why. Why? Because you are supposed to constantly be evolving and changing. And I try to show that to you guys often, over and over and over as much as possible. All right, so I have an amazing show, as always. And the topic for today is fit does not mean fixed. That will get home. Y'all hear me talk about that a lot. Being fit does not mean being fixed. And I have one of the, I would consider to be one of the most dopest people that's on my show today. Now I gotta build this up just a little bit, right? So I met my brother at the gym, obviously. And you know, there are some people that you meet and you just have a good vibe, good feeling, right? And this brother was always polite, always cool, very welcoming, always had a good smile on his face. And I was like, what's this story? Y'all know that's my thing. It's like there's certain people where I just get that vibe, like there's something else about you. I know it. And all praises to God that that is kind of like my gift. I see people and I see certain things. I'm like, what is it about you? What's your story? Where are you trying to go in life? And when I met this brother, we talked maybe for 5 minutes the first time. And I was like, yep, I knew it. I knew it. He has something, he has a story, right? You see my brother, he's a young, fit guy, he's a personal trainer, he's a boxer. That's all I learned about him within 5 minutes. I think the next time we talked again, we talked a little bit more, and then I learned a lot more about his life, the military background, some of the things. I'm not gonna tell you the full story, but I want him to tell it. But that just made me realize it's like, man, you look at a person and think that they have it all together. Because if you see him on a regular, like, man, he's fit, he's young, he like to whip somebody, but he's cool at the same time, right? But he has a real story that's gonna change your life because it changed his life, right? So I want to introduce my brother, good friend now, my man, Chris Mitchell. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Man, pleasure to be here, Ricky. I appreciate you, man.
Man,
I'm happy to be here.
You know, honestly, brother, that's something I said I want to make sure that I set the tone right. You know what I'm saying? I don't like when I'm really honored when anybody on my show, right? Honestly, but I'm honored that you're actually here, and I want to make sure that I introduce you properly, you know, because you're an awesome person, man. And I think that's my not even think I know that is my God-given responsibility to uplift people, right? So now I'm gonna make sure I represent you. Yeah, I'm gonna introduce you properly. You know what I'm saying? And the more I know about you, on the next show, I'm gonna do a doper introduction. All right, Chris. So again, welcome to the show, brother. So we're gonna do a couple of items, right? All right. So we have a segment that's called "Would You Rather." Aaron, go ahead, keep that video for us right quick. All right, so would you rather works like this. You know, as a life coach, I like to tell people often is that, you know what, there's no real right or wrong. It's just your perception on the situation. It's your perception on a particular thing. What you think is right, what you think is wrong, that's all up to you. No judgment here. My goal is to say, okay, why do you feel that way? Why do you think that way? But also, it lets me know and lets you know how you think about a particular situation. So would you rather is not right or wrong, right? I'm not gonna be like, not wrong. It's like, whatever you think, why you think that way, right? But it lets you know more about yourself. All right, so would you rather, here you go. Would you rather lose the ability to explain yourself or lose the need to explain yourself? Okay, I'm gonna repeat it one more time. Would you rather lose the ability to explain yourself or lose the need to explain yourself? Would you rather?
It's crazy because when I first read this question, I had a different answer, and now that you read it again, my answer changed a little bit.
Okay, give it to me.
I have a love-hate relationship with explaining myself, right?
Okay.
I hate small talk, right? And sometimes some people will come to you and just try to get pictures, just be nosy or whatever, but whenever it's time, excuse me, whenever I've had the ability to explain myself, people get a chance to actually know who I am, right? But then sometimes like I get tired of doing that. Just watch and see, and you'll figure out who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for me, I'd rather lose the ability to need to explain myself.
Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Just watch and see.
Yeah.
And you'll get it, you'll understand.
There you go. And you kind of, I'm gonna say why, but you did explain. All right, so for me, same here. It was a tough one. Because I literally talk to people all day, every day. And sometimes I feel like I repeat myself over and over and over, right? Sometimes I don't want to explain it all over again, right? So I would say this. I would want to lose the need to explain, right? Kind of like you, just do what I say. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna use this in this reference, and it makes sense when you say it out loud because there's nothing new under the sun, right? And I say a lot, just whether you're reading the Bible, the Quran, there's nothing new in life. It's just different experiences, right? So any answer that you want, it's already there. Okay? It's just our ability to receive that answer. So sometimes it's like, I don't want to explain. The answer is right there. Just do the thing, right? So again, it's not right or wrong, just perception, but also allows you to understand yourself, right? I got one more. So this scenario is different. I didn't even read it. This I know it. We just literally freestyle this thing. All right. So this scenario is different. You can fix one pattern in your life instantly. Only catch is you'll never understand why it was there. Okay, that's a good one. Read one more time. The scenario is this: you can fix one pattern in your life instantly. The only catch is you'll never understand why it was there. Would you rather fix it and never know why it was there, or would you keep it and understand why it's there?
So does that mean to keep it as a problem?
I mean,
it's a problem you keep running into?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good. I mean, that's one of the things that make you think this a little bit.
Yeah.
So, would you rather fix it and never know why it was there, or would you rather keep it and understand why it's there? That's a good one.
because you never know which one it's talking about. It doesn't have to be positive, it doesn't have to be negative. It's all about how you interpret it.
Exactly, it's the thing. Okay, what you got there?
Man, I gotta know why. You know,
Really?
I gotta know why.
Why?
Because there's been so many times in my life, just growing up, going through young adulthood, adolescence, teenage years, where there were certain struggles that I had, right, that had I not got to the root of the problem, I wouldn't have understood it at all and wouldn't have been able to move past it. And that's service with a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
If I didn't understand the why behind this, I'm not going to be able to break through. But also, those lessons keep coming back. So it's not to say I didn't learn the lesson, it just keeps showing up in different ways. So I gotta know the why you started.
Okay.
You know, because if you just wake up like this one day, you never really know what it was like the other way, or not to know it, or to have that problem before then whenever you come onto that problem.
I like that. Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate just a little bit with this one. Okay. Like, again, it's not right or wrong. It's just perception and how you think about life, right? You should have a really good game come up with this whole idea. All right, so let me tell you why I chose. I'd rather fix it and never know why I was there. Very controversial, maybe, but I think that because I kind of understand life, but I don't understand life fully. You'll never know, right? You never fully know. You just know that you experienced a particular thing, right? So because I know that there's always going to be something that's going to happen, right? That is the answer. Well, it's going to happen. No matter what happens, it's going to keep happening. So I don't really need to understand why it's happening. I just want the ability to fix it when it happens. So no matter what pops up, I'm fixing it. What's next? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, I'm just saying why. And we both have tons of stories as to why, like, I know this thing happened. I just want to be able to fix it when it does happen. This kind of talk about outside really about your neck. We talk about it. But yeah, it's just the ability to fix it. So my mindset now is I want to be able to fix whatever happens. I don't have to understand why it happened. I don't have to know the full, chemical makeup or the physiological or the mechanical makeup of whatever thing. I just want to fix it. That's my thought. Yeah, that's my thought. All right, good. Okay, so we have one more. This is actually one of my favorite. I just found out today we're both musicians. He's a producer. Okay, I know. So this one is called Rhythm and Real Talk. All right, so Rhythm and Real Talk is this. Anytime we listen to music or you making music, right? Music has a frequency and has an energy to it no matter what, right? So I like to look at music as it's an emotional external fix, right? If I'm feeling angry, I might listen to Linkin Park, okay? You know what I'm saying? If I'm feeling like very melodic, I might listen to Robert Glasper, you know what I'm saying? If I'm feeling, I want to have some deep thoughts, I might listen to Beethoven, you know what I'm saying? So whatever it is, so Rhythm and Real Talk is like this. There's a song, there's a sound or something that registered with you this week or just in life. It's always a go-to song. Like, I feel like this today, I'm gonna listen to this. So we pick and choose a song that relates to your life or situation, and like that's a song that we talk about, right? So I'm gonna give you mine. So this week, actually, that's a repeat. So because I'm always thinking about life and how life works, right? So the song "People Makes the World Go Round." People makes the world. That song always plays in my head anytime I think about like life. You know what I'm saying? Like basic stuff. Trash man did pick the trash today. It's basic stuff. Oh, that's why I thought about that song, because I thought I missed the trash man. It was a Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. I was like, oh crap, I didn't take the trash out. And then the song popped in my head. Trash man didn't get the trash today. I was like, oh shoot. Yeah. So it's just things in life that happen that makes the world go round. It's something that we miss out on all the time. You know what I'm saying? We don't always take for granted. Like missing the trash man. You miss the trash. Now you gotta wait a couple more days and trash is piling up, right? So that's my song. People make the world go round. You got something?
And it's gonna be interesting. So I actually have a look into one. That is probably my favorite rapper of all time, just when it comes to and shit. I listen to the part 1 through 3 on almost a daily basis, just because I feel like when it comes to his ability to speak for you through the music, especially the emotions, the thoughts, the feeling that you have of raw hunger and wanting to be better and chasing greatness, and I feel like the series of the heart, I mean, there's 6 of them now, but the first 3, before he was mainstream, were all evolutions of who he was as a person as he was growing and realizing who Kendrick was. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of times I'm able to sit back and identify, okay, this is the time where I was hungry and trying to figure everything out. Okay, this is whenever I'm mastering and perfecting my craft, and now this is the time I'm sitting in front of you now to talk about my journey, my story, and what I've been through. That's what stuff. So now we see he's, in my opinion, it's all opinionated, but I feel like he's finally getting all the accolades and everything he deserves now. You know, post this whole rap beef battle and all that. But his ability to write is what makes me want to write. You know, we'll get into that later as well too. But anytime I put that thing down, I try to pull from wherever it's from.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar, man. Good. I feel that's gonna be hot. All right, so we're gonna take a very, very, very short break and be right back. We're gonna hop into this hot topic, y'all. Peace. We'll be right back. Good stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff.
You can talk more.
Yeah. You can pull back a little bit.
Yeah, because I was trying to see the calls like, wait, is it like a
Yeah. When we start talking, that's why
Oh, you're nervous? No, you were doing great. Like you sound like an actor, like a little bit on the quiet side, because I think I think that headphones on that will kind of help you if you want to. Again, you don't have to, but we want to give you the best audio quality option possible.
Yeah, I was just going to say that too.
I'll make sure and keep your microphone on.
Well, when it's better, it's good. You have to do it with a lot of to make you feel like you said it's like so it's kind of situation with very good feeling. You know what I'm saying? Here, you know what I'm saying? I need to write a book on that. That's my thing.
Yeah, no, you're killing it. I mean, like, if there's a continue to read or food, it's not food. Oh yeah, sorry. So like the music's on loop right now, like we're good. But I just remembered as well. I forgot to mention that is what's in real time to how you post. I did notice you're a little off centered, so just whenever it comes back on, you might want to speak. Like it's not a forward back thing. I don't do all of them. Just kind of notice that as you're in the corner, you can make a quick little bit, so you decide to get it up on and just turn yourself. And then you're not going to double check the field buttons and you can actually use this. So whenever it comes back on, adjust. We also have the key that Alright, we'll go ahead and go ahead and use please get the
Yep.
Alright, we're in.
All right, peace family. We are back. You know what's interesting about podcasting and recording? sometimes you have great conversations off camera. He's like, dang, we should have been recording all that stuff right there. All right, so we are back and we're going to hop into these, what I like to call deep, intentional conversations, right? I like to have just very open dialogue, real talk, because, I always say this, we have scripts, but sometimes just real organic conversations, like when I was talking to my brother, those are the best ones. So, one question I want to ask you is this, right? Again, for the person who doesn't know you, they see you, and you look like you well put together. It's like, he's gotta be a millionaire. He's super fit. You see you boxing in the gym, that's your thing, right? So we met on the fitness tournament, right? So let's start with the very obvious surface question. Like, what made you get into fitness?
I was an athlete in high school. Played basketball, ran track, played football, and when I graduated high school, I joined the Navy. In the Navy, or military, you have to keep yourself to a certain physical standard. I did a lot in my time of service. Got to do some really cool things. Got to do some not so cool things. Got to travel across the world. But fitness is ultimately what helped keep me together to be able to do my job. When I got out, that helped me keep my mind together. Didn't realize how much I needed that on a day-to-day basis. Come home, that was like the thing that set my circadian rhythm to where it needed to be. All right. Well, 2021 was around. At this time, I was very, I had an injury at work that almost paralyzed me. And leading up to this injury, I had been very consistent in the weight room. I was there 6 days out the week, running, 4 or 5 times out the week, just on top of it. Long story short, I was delivering furniture to her house, used to drive trucks to deliver furniture, and I had a massive chest fall on top of me, and this last 2 years had my cervical spine. I worked on the injury for 45 days, not knowing how bad it was. At the time, I have a wife and daughter at home that I'm supporting, so as a man, it's like, this injury can't take me off course. I need to make sure that, I work through this. Well, one day I got up to go to work and I could not move my arms and legs like I wanted to. So I go to a chiropractor and of course they tell me they can't adjust me without giving me an x-ray. And the x-ray will tell me that my vertebrae is crushed and facing in a different direction than all other vertebrae. Yeah. I said, okay, I think that's a little extreme. I think I need to get a second opinion. So I go and get an MRI. And when I get the MRI, I go and see a orthopedist. He reads my source. Then I remember he was like, are you in pain right now? And I said, yeah, but I'm pretty used to it. He's like, I need you to take a seat. Yeah, extremely interesting case. So he said, your spinal canal that holds your spine together is between 15 and 17 millimeters wide. You're going to shrunk it up 5. He said, you're 5 millimeters with decapitation. So my spinal cord is essentially. He said, the pain that you're feeling is the herniated disc pushing on your spinal cord. Your only option is corrective surgery. So they were going to cut the front of my neck open, my esophagus, and lymph on the way to damage the scalp, put either an abdomen or still putting in the fuse with my back still out. Well, I remember when I first saw that news. I mean, leading up to that, it's downtime. It's shook my whole entire world. Doctor told me that the live 1 to 5 pounds. Steroids, just the range of motion of my neck was extremely risky. And to some motivation on this, but my baby, right? I told myself I would stop picking her up here. She was 5 years old. Used to pick her up and put her on my shoulders all the time. Well, whenever the injury happened, I could not keep her up there for 2-3 minutes at a time. And then short against her.
Let me pause very quick. So you were doing delivery for a company, right? The chest to whether the
It was a master chest.
master, like this really big master chest. Gotcha. They typically weigh about 200 pounds. Literally fell on your chest. Okay. Now here's the thing. I'm reason I paused it for a reason. I want people. When you see a person in shape, they're fit, right? But you don't know the backstory. Backstory. Pun intended, right? So you literally your spine was about to be decapitated. Now, here's the thing about thinking about it. It's on purpose. Like that, experience different things. How you respond to it is going to determine, right? And in the midst of all this shit happening, right? This is when I tell you these things like, you know what? Kick me when I'm down. Say it on purpose. Say, kick me when I'm down. Let me tell you why. If I could take it while I'm already down, my comeback is about to be, it's about to be horrid, right? So you got fired. You got fired while you were going through these injuries, these situations, right? Did they give you a reason to fire you? Or you just bullshit, but person. So they, all right, okay. So it happened, right? And, I mean, we're not making like anything, but I'm gonna say this on purpose because when something really bad happens, and I like to coach a lot of my clients on this stuff. When something really bad happens, it's happening for a reason, right? And that reason, we don't really know the answer why. We don't know why it's happening. We just know we have to respond in that particular situation, right? So, did you go through physical therapy and what ended up happening?
So after I was put for surgery,
I didn't. I think you know what? I'm gonna shoot. I think we briefly talked about that. We kind of passed through. I had some similar stories. You know, I've been there 2 or 3 times. Right? All those situations, right? My wife at the time kicked me out of the house, embarrassed me. You know, man, kick one up down, right? Took all the money. I mean, took money, everything you name it. You know what I'm saying? Emasculated. So not only was I physically and emotionally emasculated, right? You were physically, emotionally, anyway. Let's just talk about it now real quick. When all this stuff was happening, what was your mental state of mind? Were you really feeling and thinking?
I was angry, yeah, not just hurt. I was angry at myself. I was angry at how the situation played out. Yeah, I beat myself up a lot. Issue. It's mindset. But
Yeah, she was real quick. What was her reason?
He didn't think that I would recover and be able to support us.
Wow. That makes me mad. Yeah.
Oh, make you mad.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll get into it, right now. So, initially surgery was what the option was. She left, that couldn't happen. I went to go work at another gym and I met a trainer there who's an Army vet. He built some rapport pretty quickly. He's like, look, man, it's great that you can't get that surgery. People that have spinal fusion surgery typically don't recover well later in life.
Right.
He said, build the muscles back up in your shoulders, your upper neck, and your traps, and you'll be just fine.
Wow.
Took me about 11 months, but my physical therapy was in the gym, bootleg physical therapy, if you will. And at the time, man, I talk to a lot of people, and this is why I love training, is being able to instill confidence in people that they didn't know that they had in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said earlier, people may see me and think, oh, you're young, you're in shape, you just got it all. Oh, you're so lucky, you're so blessed, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, first of all, I was a skinny kid growing up that got bullied for being a black kid that talks proper, right?
Really?
Oh, yeah. And then, I put a little weight on the size when I got to the military, but I built myself up then. And then when I got hurt, that took everything away from me again. And I had to build myself back up again. So no, this wasn't luck. This is actually a discredit to call this luck. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
So you built yourself up a handful of times. Well,
absolutely.
A lot.
I love ground zero. I love ground zero because when all the glass is broken, all the reflections point back at you from the bottom, the sides. Yeah.
Wow. Take us through that mindset though, bro. Like, pause the story with the wife leaving and stuff like that. But because I think that's super important for us men to know, number one, right? But just people in general, the mindset to build yourself back up from ground zero. Like, what was your, it happened when you were young, getting bullied, right? even when you were getting bullied, what was your mindset like? How did you be like, I'm not gonna let this deter me? What was it?
My dad helped a lot with that. Instilled confidence in me. Still to this day.
Shout out to Dad, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Black fathers are very important. But this actually ties into just me and a whole, man. I had somebody ask me one day, they're like, what is your reason for working out? And I had to really take a step back and think. And I said, I never want to feel weak again. I never want to feel, because there are times when I look in the mirror and I still see that kid. Or there are times in the mirror where I look in the mirror and I still see me freshly hurt, you know, getting out of the doctor's office.
Wow.
And I said, my reason for working out is because if I'm physically strong, I'm mentally strong. And when I'm mentally strong, there's nothing on God's green earth that I can't do or that nobody can tell me I can do.
Bars.
You know what I'm saying? So as long as I keep those two intact, I'm good.
Yeah.
So let me keep myself strong. I've trained my body for some of everything at this point, you know, bodybuilding, boxing, whatever, what have you. And I had to sit back for a moment and say, what am I really doing this for? Also, I've had so many times, even a conversation that I had with you when we first met, you didn't know that, but I was going through a moment at that time, or a low moment. Just being able to share my story reinvigorates, okay, I'm here, I'm doing the right thing. I'm a big believer in divine intervention. I believe we met for a reason. You know what I'm saying? God, or what higher power you believe in, you know, definitely sends people to you to let you know if you're on the right path or if you're on the wrong one, and if you fit deviate from it too, you know. So
but absolutely, man. I got a ton of questions just threw in my head. I knew it was gonna happen. One question is, and you can answer this real quick. Do you think, and this is got to be careful, you know, the internet will chop you up. Do you think that bullying helped you out?
Absolutely.
Being bullied got you to the point, well, was the initial start of your tenacity? Okay.
Gotcha. For multiple reasons. I mean, it gave me thick skin, right? I learned how to, excuse my friends, talk shit back, you know? But also it just put this chip on my shoulder, like you said, like, I will prove you wrong. I'm gonna show you. And that didn't just, once I grew up and I didn't have any more bullies, that became my chip on my shoulder to whoever my adversary or opponent was, or whatever goal I have in life. I'm gonna put a chip there so I can drive myself towards it. And it's interesting we talk about that because in therapy, I was sharing with my therapist that I don't always want to have to pull from a source of anger for motivation.
Say that one more time.
I don't always want to have to pull from a source of anger for motivation. I want to be able to pull motivation from a happy place. I don't want to have to feel all fired up and all that just to go and get something done. I want to be able to do that from
just from a natural place.
Place.
So have you transitioned from that, or are you still transitioning from that?
Still transitioning from that. Still transitioning. And I'll say that, you know, training, doing what I do on a daily basis, boxing and all that helps me to bleed that out, if you will.
No. Honestly, I'm really glad that you're saying that, because a lot of I tell people often, being afraid and being angry can be your fuel. Okay. Be honest, in full transparency, I had a fear of being broke. I've been having a fear of being broke, which is why I'm like, no, I'm afraid of being broke. But I've transitioned and still transitioning, because I grew up poor, bad situations, dad not around, being homeless, being broke, being in jail, all kind of stuff happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So, but one thing was like, if I get money, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
But I wasn't around a lot of money. So it wasn't always in my head, right? So I was like, how do I fix that problem, right? So I'm afraid of being broke and being homeless again, and not having, back in the day, well, when I was homeless, you couldn't just text somebody and say, hey, Zelle me some money right quick. And that didn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to go make a phone call, go to the grocery store, ask for a wire transfer. Anyway, now it's just easier to ask for money. But during that time, it wasn't that easy for me, right? So I was like, how do I get over this fear of being broke, being homeless, being kicked out? You know what I'm saying? I've been jumped a handful of times too. It's like, no, same like you. Like, if I'm strong, if I'm wealthy, if I'm well connected, there's nothing to fear. I could just fix the problem. You know what I'm saying? So I have transitioned a whole lot. And that's why I said, I'm glad you said therapy. And I was going to, God, I had a crap load of questions, but one good question is, you're a dad, right? And you say he's very influential, right? What did he say to you that kind of kept you going? What was some of the things that he said to you? Just like, just, you know what I'm saying? Did you have a word or something he said to you that's kept you going? What was it?
The most powerful thing that my dad has ever said to me is, nobody cares about your story unless you win.
Oh. You gotta let that sit for a second. Yeah. That's hot.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dad.
Shout out Pops, man. Yeah.
Say it one more time, brother.
Nobody cares about your story unless you win.
Nobody cares about your story unless you win. Now, I know a lot of people who are like into motivational speaking and stuff. You may hear that, but it don't register until you hear from somebody who you know and you can see. But it's so true. So people always want to tell their story. You know what I'm saying? Be like, I've been going through this, I've been going through that, but you're in the same spot, and you just complaining. And I tell,
man, you know what that moment was like for me. I love Rocky. I love Rocky. Yeah. That is childhood favorite movie. Mm-hmm. Whenever he said that, and when Rocky was getting ready to fight Drago, and Adrian told him, win. Yeah. Win. Mm-hmm. Go win. Yeah. All right. I gotta win. There's no option.
That's the answer, man. Man, nobody cares about your story unless you win. Because if you keep talking about, and I tell a lot of my coaching clients, it's like, you can tell, if you keep telling me the same story over and over and over and over and not winning at all, you're just complaining. And I always say this, over explaining is draining. Complaining is draining. I don't mind. There's a difference between venting and talking about your situation, right, versus complaining and doing nothing. If you're venting but moving forward, I'm like, great, let's just talk. Vent, get out your system. I'm angry, I'm mad, I'm pissed off your life, everything sucks. Okay, cool. What are you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? Now we're moving forward, right? So now the new mindset is complain for a minute. My grandfather used to do this to me, and I appreciate him to this day for doing it, bro. He would literally let me cry for like maybe a minute, 2 minutes. Okay, go ahead. Let it out. You done? All right, get over it. You know what I'm saying? So that mindset, which I feel like a lot of the world is missing nowadays, it's like, bro, my brother just told you his spine was literally about to be disconnected, got fired from the job, wife left him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what your financial situation looked like, but I'm pretty sure. Imagine, I got fired. I'm broke. I ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? Got bullied as a kid, you know what I'm saying? So all these things happen, but you just kept on moving forward, right? So now, how old are you, Ruff? Am I asking?
I'll be 30 in May.
My brother's 30 still. Man, at this phase and age of your life, right, with everything that's happened, how would you say, your mindset is when it comes down to success, right? And what do you plan on doing within the next 3 years of your life?
What do I envision success to be?
Correct.
Happiness and peace of mind.
What's it look like? Paint the picture for us.
Being able to move whenever, however, take my daughter whenever, however, being able to take care of my loved ones, and being able to pour back into the people that I care about. And also, new people. I feel like there was a really great saying, I don't know which artist said this, but your audience is just waiting for you to find them.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your audience is just waiting for you to find them. So everything that I've been through up until this point has led me to where I am now, where now it's time to speak and share with other people what I've been through, because at this point I don't look like what I've been through. And sometimes people just need to hear that somebody else has been through something really hard to know that, hey, I can make it through this as well. In the next 3 years, man, I'm looking to really grow my fitness brand. Get some clothing lines established, also graduate school, and just continue to grow, man. I really want to be one of the biggest names in this state, in the world with what I do, because I think my story has the ability to touch every corner of the world, honestly.
Absolutely. How much of, with your injury and everything that happened, would you say is, and again, I'm not a licensed doctor, guys, so don't try to come for me at this, because I don't know if you, what's his name? Joe Dispenza.
I've heard the name.
Okay. When you get an opportunity, look up Joe Dispenza. Okay. And it's okay to talk about it now. Maybe 5 or 6 years ago, people were just like, oh no, you have to go to the doctors. Like your trainer said, just build the muscle, but I am a firm believer of somebody who's had strokes, who's passed out from, from brain injuries, who's broken my arm or broken my leg, all these different things. I ain't go to the doctor like that, right? I'm not telling you not to go to the doctor. Okay, I'm not telling nobody what's, somebody who's had high blood pressure, who's had diabetes, who's had thyroid issues, who had RA, rheumatoid arthritis. I've had all these things, and I've cured myself from it. Okay. again, this is a disclaimer. I'm not telling you not to go to the doctor. And I always believe this. I say we go to our wonderful licensed doctors, okay, for the diagnosis. But the treatment is completely up to you, okay? Because I'm a firm believer that God has given us the ability to heal ourselves, right?
I say it all the time. All the time. If he gave us everything on this green earth, why do I need something in a lab to regulate me or make sure that I'm good?
You know, again, and this is one of them. I'd be careful to talk about it because I know people are like, oh, you got to go. Now, here's the thing. The same thing with therapy and actually going to the doctor, right? Now, there are some people, you know, you need to go to therapy because neurologically something is so wrong. There's some weird wires that's not firing in your brain. Yeah, some of it could happen because trauma. But again, a lot of times I think that if you have a mental issue and then something neurologically is not off in your brain, something happened in your life that triggered that. Something physically happened.
Triggers, man. People don't know what the triggers are.
So I'm like, if something physically happened to cause that, shouldn't you do something physical to reverse that? Okay. Same thing when it comes down to the body. Physiologically, something happened to your body. The chest fell on you, severed your spine. How do you heal that? Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. If you were just totally just jacked up and it was just everything was just completely just shattered. Yeah, we need medical professionals to put you back together again. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like, oh no, I'm fine. And freaking your arm's way over there. It was like, come back here, your arm. No, you need to get that surgically attached back, right? But I'm a firm believer if you have a strong mind, you can literally tell your mind to tell your body what to do. So Joe Dispenza had this amazing story. Look him up, right? And this is what made me start thinking about the ability to heal yourself with just your mind, right? So a quick story. I might not tell the story exactly, but I'm gonna paraphrase it. So he was riding a bike. He was a biker. You know, he was doing those marathons, and he was moving, and he got hit by a car. Long story short. So car hit him. He flew, I think 11 feet, something like that. Completely shattered his ribs and shattered his back. Doctor was like, you got to have surgery. And he was like, no, I don't want to have surgery, right? Because he knew, just like your trainer told you, if you have surgery, more likely you're not going to recover from this. And you're going to be stiff and all these other things. And your mobility is going to be limited because it's a freaking rod down your back. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many rods have been? None of them. No. Exactly. So, but he thoroughly believed that if I meditated, if I listened to certain frequencies, certain sounds, I could heal my body. And he did. So he healed himself just from thinking. And he listened to affirmations over and over and over and over and over, which I keep saying often. I say the power of the mind is real. If you repeat something over and over and over, there's a saying that if you repeat a lie long enough, eventually you end up believing it. Right. So it's almost like you can lie to yourself to heal yourself. Right. But nowadays, and even with your experience, it's like, no, I have the mindset to heal myself. Right. And I'm doing the certain things to heal myself. Now, we talked outside, based on your injury, you still have some type of pain and different things like that. Right.
Every now and again.
Like, what's that for those who may not fully understand? Like, help us understand, like,
just the scope of everything.
Yeah. Just a little bit, like, why is your what type of therapy are you actually doing to help yourself constantly heal? And it's not just a one-time thing, you do it, right? What's that look like?
So initially, whenever I first got hurt, man, the pain level that I was dealing with was a 15 out of 10. It felt like somebody took my head and jammed it into my head and my shoulders. So initially, I was trying to grab behind my ears and pull my head out of my shoulders, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I was doing that for a while, man, and didn't know at the time what I was doing was tearing that scar tissue apart that was building up at that time, right? Once I started to go back to the gym, I say about 2 to 3 months into it, the pain was starting to subside a little bit. Didn't necessarily know if things were improving, but I know, hey, my pain is a little bit less, my body's recomping a little bit, so something is happening, right? And then one day I was able to pull and something popped. And when I remember something popped, it was like my whole entire back released. And I was like, okay. I felt that I could feel what was off here. Not that I corrected it, but this can be fixed. I can fix this. I feel like I can fix it. I don't know why, but I feel like I can fix this. I said, okay, now it's time to build that muscle back up. So I tell people all the time, especially a lot of my clients that have a lot of like arthritis, sciatic nerve issues and things like that. Your muscles are like yarn, right? And you working out is like taking 2 strings and pulling that yarn real tight. That needle or that thistle that goes in that yarn is your bones. If that yarn is real tight, it has nowhere to move, right? Now, if it's loose, which is your surgeries, your injuries not working out, things of that nature, it's got room to move around with your dislocations, herniations, discomforts, inflammation, things of that nature. So that was one step of reinstilling my confidence in my body. I like to run a lot. Try to hop back on a treadmill, and I would be okay until I hit 2 miles. I used to be able to run 4, 5, 6 miles with no issue. 2 miles would happen, and it was like this governor would come on around my neck, like, all right, stop. You can't do it anymore.
Wow.
I did not gain my true confidence back in my body until I stepped back in the boxing ring.
Wow.
It's hard. And I'm used to fighting people that are your size, a lot bigger than me. And I remember my sparring partner hit me one time, and he should have knocked me out, didn't. And he spun me around. I remember I reached for my neck, and I was like, I'm fine.
I didn't die.
That's it. All right, cool. I'm good. So after that happened, it was interesting. We talked about fear earlier. I was paralyzed. I was in the fear of being paralyzed by the fear of being paralyzed for a while before it could actually happen. And then once that was out of my mind, it's like, okay, I'm not just a mortal man anymore, because whenever this initially happened, I thought I was a force of nature to be reckoned with and all these things, and I get hurt. It's like, okay, now I'm just a regular human again. I'm fragile. I'm soft. After I went through that, and I was like, okay, I can build on top of this. I can put my armor back on. You know what I'm saying? I'll be fine. A lot of the things that I did was just hot compression therapy. The chiropractors that I would go to, I don't go to a chiropractor that just pop you, I need, dry needling, electromagnetic stimulation, acupuncture, things of that nature. I sit in a sauna regularly every day after my workouts. I feel like that helps to keep my body relaxed and keep my muscles where they need to be. And then taking turmeric and ginger, natural anti-inflammatories. I was given pain medication, a slew of medications for this injury whenever it first happened, and I've seen people that I serve with get hooked on them, and I didn't want that for myself. So I asked my mom, and she told me about turmeric and ginger. That's a natural anti-inflammatory, and I started taking that, and that helped the pain to subside as well too. So
see, that's I'm glad you're saying all these things, and it's a necessary reprogramming for everybody on a small level and a big level, because everybody likes to run to medicine. You know what I'm saying? And most people, again, I'm not a pharmacist, and I'm not trying to attack nobody's job and that stuff, but I just know that there's natural healing properties, right? But if your brain and your mind is saying, I need medicine, I need medicine, I need medicine, you're right. You do need medicine, because you keep telling your mind and body that, right? But there are a lot of holistic things that won't allow you to get hooked, like you said. I'm going to share this story with you real quick, very short story. Because I remember when I was homeless, when I was sick, when I was partially paralyzed, when I was broke, all these things, I wanted to give up. I had moments when I was like, man, screw this shit, I'm done. Like suicide, I already had the whole plan and everything. I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more, right? Was there moments when you just was like, giving up is
absolutely,
that was it?
Absolutely.
Give us a short story about that moment or those moments.
My pain had me suicidal for months. I was telling myself, because it was that bad, I said, if this does not get better, I'm gonna be out of here. But man, my daughter, my parents, the people that love me, I got a cousin that is my best friend, and that is my lifeline. We actually, it's actually really personal, but I'll get into it. But he had an uncle of his that passed away from suicide in our family back in 2012. And that was the first suicide in our family. That was the first young person that I had really seen die like that. And he was the light of the party, always laughing, always smiling. So it really affected a lot of us deeply. And I remember afterwards, I knew how bad that was affecting my cousin. That was his uncle. They were like this. And I said, hey, man, if it ever gets to be too much, just call me. And we've always kept that together. And it's even, not long ago, he'll call me and be like, hey, man, I needed to call you, and it'll be like, I know if I was to go through with this and vice versa, you would be the first person that would be pissed off that I did this. Like, you damn right. Right. So, my family, man, but also too, my faith and just believing that, okay, my life is not over. Because, man, this happened at 25, and I really thought my life was over with. Like, this is the reality of what it is. I'm never going to be the same again. I'm not strong anymore. I'm this lame duck of a human, Wow. But things get better.
Man, I'm glad you said that, because not just Black people, but people in general, I'm gonna say specifically Black people right now, have a hard time of being vulnerable and saying I need help. Bruh, it's okay to say I need help. All right. And it's okay to let somebody know, look, I'm not feeling the best right now. You know what I'm saying? I want to take myself out. Like, say that. Don't just beat around the bush with it. Like, I'm not feeling good. No.
Get it out.
Get it out.
Yeah.
And so I started telling people often, I said, just say how you actually feel. That way we can work with that. Because if you just say, I'm just having a bad day and life kind of sucks, I'm like, cut the bullshit.
Yeah.
Just say it. My life sucks right now. I want to end my life. Cool. Great. Don't do it. But here's what we're going to do moving forward. What's so bad about your life right now, right, that you can't fix it? Okay?
Yeah.
Can you fix it?
I got something to piggyback on that.
Yeah. All right. So we almost out of time, but I got to do this real quick. So what's about your life that's so bad that you can't fix it right now, right? And if it's way out of our reach, okay, cool. We're going to find some resources, find a way to fix it. But what can you fix right now? What can you do at this exact moment? That's what I need to know. Cool. Let's do that thing. And that's it. And we're done. And we won. Go ahead. Drop your gem right quick on that.
Another thing that my dad told me is that somebody on the other side of the world at some point has been in the situation that you're in and turned it on its head. And I think that's 100% true. Because if you get on Reddit and you look up the most unique problem or issue that you've ever been in, you'll read somebody 10 years ago dealt with the same thing.
This is why I say this, that there is nothing new in life. Anything that you're going through, somebody else has gone through it. The answer has always been there. Our problem is we're so selfish, we're so spoiled, and then we think like, it's just me. I'm going through. No, everybody has gone through something. Some people, fortunately, unfortunately, that's just the way life is, yin and yang. Some people have lost and some people have won, right? Do you want to be a winner? Do you want to be a loser? That's the answer. All right, man. So here's what I want you to do this. I want you to give me a final thought about the show. I told you it's going to go by fast. Final thought about the show and how do you feel our topic was today? And then also give us some new information about your business.
Absolutely.
All right.
Man, I love the show, man. I appreciate Ricky for having me on as a guest, man. I think very highly of my brother. You can see the feeling is mutual. And I would love to come back again, man. We could definitely make this a regular thing.
It's gonna be around too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Definitely.
But again, man, appreciate you having me on. As far as the business side, man, so if you guys are interested in training, me and my girlfriend, we are training at Legacy Fitness over on the north side of Houston. I offer boxing, coaching, and stretching, and your regular strength training and weight loss. She also does strength training and weight loss as well. We're actually getting ready to host our first lift party on March 28th. We're doing a March Madness edition lift party. We're going to have some vendors out. We're going to have a bench squat deadlift, booty boot camp, and be all type of things out there. So if y'all are interested and y'all want to come out, hit me on the gram. There's a way we can
we're going to tie it all in
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, hit me on the gram or hit one of us on there, and we'll hope to see y'all there, man.
That's what's up, man. Hey, I'm glad. Look, it's not often I tell y'all to go follow people. I want you to follow everybody that's on my show. Definitely go follow my brother. Okay. Y'all have heard the story. Y'all seen what we didn't even get into a lot of the questions, but that's how it works though. I want you guys to do me a favor, right? Take everything that we said today, figure out how it applies to your life, right? And then share it with somebody else who you know for a fact is going through some of the similar things. It may not be as traumatic as a spine injury, right? It may be something super simple and small, like I'm just having a bad day and you need somebody to talk to. So take everything that we talked about today, learn how to apply it to your life, and also realize this, there are people here going through similar things that can help you out. I'm one of them. He's one of them too, right? You heard his story. So if my brother can get through a spine injury, you can get to somebody breaking your heart. Oh, he left me. This brother just had a spine injury, and you mad because somebody broke it with you? Grow up. I'm done with y'all. But anyway, that's it for today, y'all. Until next time, peace and love. Make sure you share, like, and follow. And we see you guys next time. Peace.